Hello and welcome to Sharon Local History. In this video, I would like to tell you about Sharon conservation efforts and specifically about its beginnings and creating of Massapoag Trail that we can still hike, and it's a fantastic place to spend time on and explore nature as well as history. Sharon's Conservation Commission was created in 1959 and was one of the first six in the state. In fact, it was one of the first in the country since Massachusetts pioneered the idea of conservation. The first plan of the Conservation Commissioner was to create a greenbelt span of 100 acres along the Massapoag Brook. A great deal of land was donated to form the Massapoag Trail, which now runs from Lake Massapoag to North Main Street. So this is our Sharon, this is our Lake Massapoag. I will zoom in a little bit to make it clearer. So the outlet from the lake is right here. By Pond Street, Quincy, East, and Massapoag. So the trail starts right here on the roundabout. You have to cross the street. You will follow the trail by the bank of the Massapoag Brook. The trail is well marked and maintained. Thank you, Friends of Conservation. You walk around here. This is Hammershop Pond. You cross Ames Street, Cottage Street, and the trail continues right here. You will come to Man's Pond. And then you will follow further down here. You cross Billings Street, and here you can walk on incredible boardwalk. You will continue on the right side of the brook. Right here you will cross the bridge. And somewhere here you should see Devil's Brook. And right here is the last part, which is Trowel Shop. So that's the end of the trail, but I just wanted to give you basic summary so you know what trail we are talking about. So it's right here. The whole trail will take less than 1 hour and a half, with kids 5 hours. But I would probably break it down to two parts. Start right here from the beach, walk to Billings and back, and then another day you can walk from Man's Pond to Gabriel right here. All right. When you walk the Massapoag Trail, you are basically following the course of industry in Sharon. Seems quite a contradiction. However, in colonial times, even up to 1919, the water from Massapoag Brook powered 6 different sites or privileges as they were known and deeded. In order for an area to be inhabited, it has to be capable of sustaining families economically. One of Sharon's earliest attractions was its capacity to generate power by harnessing streams. These privileges or ponds, the result of damming Massapoag Brook, take their names from the owners or operations that were conducted here. The first privilege was located near Hammershop Pond. It is here that Nathaniel Leonard, a blacksmith, manufactured edge tools such as hoes, planes, and farming implements. Deacon Samuel Bird had a combination saw and grist mill here. At the outlet of Hammershop Pond on Ames Street was the second privilege, where a sawmill was operated in 1794. The rights to the privileges changed hands many times. The operations of the second privilege included Nathaniel Morse and son-in-law Leonard Billings, John Christian Rupke, Isaac Johnson, and Samuel Hickson. It was the last owner, John Ames, that gave the pond and privilege its name. John Ames, the brother of Oliver Ames of Easton, harnessed this water to drive a large hammer to pound blades into shape. In 1855, 40 people were employed here. By 1866, 70 people were employed and were producing over 30,000 dozen shoe and butcher knives. Just shortly after 1909, the factory burned and was never rebuilt. The third privilege also powered a sawmill owned by Deacon Jacob Hewins. Later, Nathaniel Leonard Jr. had an axe factory here. All traces of this third privilege were obliterated when the brook bed was widened in order to generate more power to the fourth privilege. Power for the third privilege came from the small pond directly across Ames Street from Hammershop Pond. The fourth privilege is now known as Knife Works Pond and has two outlets. It is on the north side of Ames Street between Quincy and Deborah Sampson Streets. Again, many operations were conducted here. However, it was the Lathrops who used this power source to grind knife blades who gave its name. The fifth privilege is at Mann's Pond, so-called after William Mann and Sons. They, in 1831, powered a large wheel to spin cotton and make digging here. Mr. Mann's first factory was destroyed by the fire in 1840. The year after the fire, a new building was erected. The water wheel, the only thing saved from the fire, was moved and a new row of stones was put in the grind to grind corn and rye. Mr. Mann and his sons started to receive large orders for cotton seldak and manufactured it there until Mr. Mann's retirement in 1846. His two sons, George R. and William R., continued the business. However, in expanding the trade, the larger machinery caused the building to shift from its foundation. Therefore, a new brick factory was built in 1857. Further downstream, fire took this building in 1919. The sixth privilege was located on North Main Street and was created by Joseph Hewins in 1809. It is here that cotton goods were manufactured under the name of Sharon Cotton Manufacturing. The Revere Copper Works of Canton in 1837 purchased the Sharon Ministerial Meadows and further dammed the brook to create the pond there now known as Car Works. In 1852, Frank Bisbee took over the works and made trowels and knives here, giving it its other name, Trowel Works Pond, in 1880. The old building burned and a new one was built by Jonathan Packard about 1900s. The property was sold to the Norwood, Canton and Sharon Street Railway The street guards were housed here overnight until this building also burned. So this is the end of the video. I hope you learned a little bit about the history of Massapoag Trail. I would like to give you a heads up that there is poison ivy on this trail and you should be able to recognize it and avoid it. It comes in different shapes and sizes, but you should be able to recognize it. I also would like to give huge shout out to Boy Scout Troop 95 and especially all the kids that work on their Eagle Scout project and improved the Massapoag Trail and many other trails that we have in town tremendously. So thank you all. If you are interested in helping to preserve our trails, please do join Friends of Conservation. It is an incredible group of volunteers that take care of our trails. The other thing I would like to mention is that all the industries and privileges that I just mentioned, I already made separate videos with more details. So you can go to our YouTube channel and search for videos about hammer shop bond, knife shop bond as well, men's bond, and the travel. No, I didn't make that one, but I will. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.